Hello, my beautiful ignited souls. I am ready to dig in deep once more. Are you ready to dig in deep? Are we all ready to dig in deep? Yes, let's partake of this delicious, palatable meal. Ready, laid out for us. Laid out for us. Of course, I've got to get it out of here. All right. Once you're here, I've got to get it out. This is what I signed up for. Okay, so I'm going to invite the spirit of Mother Eve to really give us some clarity on what it is we really want to understand with this template and to give us the perfect intuition and of course the words that are necessary for me to really articulate whatever it is we need to know, and for you as well to be able to have this direct connection that we can form our own beehive, our own incubator, and come into partnership in this sacredness of knowing that we are of one mind and for our evolution, for the good of mankind, and to grow and to love and to enjoy much, have much joy. Okay, so this is my prayer. Okay. Now, I have been looking at this again, and I know I have done many videos on this. What I feel in the past videos that I did from maybe 2017, I'm not sure that I did emphasize much this D here because I have looked deeper into this template and discover, let's see, this is the sacrifice, and discover that there are so much correlation. It's almost frightening sometimes. When I say frightening, it's just like a little millisecond because but I feel wow, I just want to be able to understand how what I'm seeing and how to really convey it because I'm seeing so much correlations. So for instance, um, I have seen let's start put my timer on. So I have the letters of the gods. In case you are new to this channel, please check out my template to numerology and so on so you understand how the template works out. So the, I have calculated how many letters that the gods used. So I'm also talking about Mother Eve was the letter and the teller, like the main businesswoman. But as well, those letters seem to coincide with letters, like we see the different letters that formed all the gods, and they came to 78 letters. Now, this coincides perfectly with the tarot deck of the Rider Waite tarot deck, 78, and I was amazed then. However, this is not the only corresponding finding here, so to speak. I'm sounding like scientific here, but it's also, I also found out, wow, where is it gone to? Yeah, I also found out that there are also 78. When we call out these gods, for instance, all these numbers here, which is actually different. So basically, here is the numerical value. That's the numerical value, not the amount of letters. This is two different things. And so we have, for instance, this has a C951254. This is when added together comes, I think, to 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So adding all this together, we have we have calculated all the gods. That's including the 14 gods, and this has come up to 78 as well. Now I find this very strange although it's like the maths. So that is telling me that this is this is very robust. The This hair is very robust, and I am onto something that's perhaps much bigger than myself. Not perhaps, I think it is. In this realm, it's bigger than myself. In this realm, and I really don't mind having minds to really decode this. Yeah, because we also have a pattern of 2764 here, and which you can see 2764. It's like a book has been opened. It's like I have opened the book. Now I want to be able to read it, and not only read it, I want to understand it. And that's what is happening here. So this is very delicious, people. This is very delicious. And I really want to be able to share this with you in a concise, in a very presentable way. So this is the things that I have been encountering, and the point I really wanted to make where I began with this. So all these numbers come to 78. 1 and 7, 8. Adding 7 plus 8 is 15. And of course, 15 takes us right here as well. Oh, I've got to be turning. I'm doing the dance here, doing the dance. Yeah, understanding back to the template. So this come to 15. So this tells us that when it is said that our universe, it's like this is like whether it's, I think Saturn is there's a relation mentioned with Saturn, a number 15. Saturn. Let's just do Saturn. Saturn. Oh, I just had to put something here to just encourage Mother Eve. Saturn. I think Saturn might be 20 actually. 1, 1, 2, 3, 9, 5. So this is 22. Wow. So Saturn is 22, meaning it's 20, the year 2020. So Saturn is, but is very active here. But whether Saturn is really in this realm or not, we have Uranus, Uranus. Uranus is 22. So Uranus is doing a lot. And of course, Uranus entered Taurus on 15th of May. Was it 2017 or 2018? 2018, I think it was, because it's on the 15th. So this is actually, like we see again, this is not by chance these things are happening. The number 15 is here. This is new. This is new. And for Uranus entering here, it means that we are dealing with the two sets of gods. I have got a very good video I did, very informative, with the gods and Uranus. So I'm going to try and find it and put it on the description or comments section here. And so basically, I really want to understand how or why that we have the two spectrums here. Now it feels like, as I say, it's like a book has been opened, but whether we go from one one end to the other, meaning we read from the middle section to the right, or middle section to the left, or from the first page to the middle section or something. Maybe it all means the same, but it's just saying that wherever you start, or wherever you begin your journey, is your start point. And this might be one of the answers here. So we have covered a lot in the incubation. We understand how the incubator works, that it is very important in this time that you know what agreements you are making or forming or bonding. And of course, that depends on your own state of mind. Hence, it is very important that you declutter think positively, get um mental MOT. I don't know if that motto something, well, that's what we do on checks. So get your mental inventory done, so just see what it is you want, what you have, and so on, so you can really know what you're functioning here, because whoever you're agreeing with, you are going to be on direct par with them, so that means what you put in is what you get. And that's what it is here. So I understand this. I also understand this development. This is the development stage. The luck, I feel we understand luck. And I see the sea here as a sack. This is part of the sack, because we have, by the way, adding all these numbers together, we have 369, 369, 369. This would give us, sorry, Mother Eve, we would have 9 here, 9 here, 9 here. So it also tells me as if we are going in these three stages of development. Perhaps it's just coinciding as well perfectly with the course of life that I have written. Course, where you get a curse and you have to get the cure, but you have to go to the core. So it could all mean just that. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. So we see the 13 letters here as well is very symbolic with this hair, which is coinciding with the He God who created man in his image and likeness, after his likeness. So this is he is in direct relation with this hair. And of course, I see Mother Eve being here as well, is saying that I am here. It's like this is what Mother Eve is saying. No matter what you have been through, the incubator, Mother Eve is still here right there. And she's saying, it's up to, I want you to know I am here. So right here, this is Eve. And basically, she is here to help you even into your next section, which is in your developmental stage. We have the word elation. We called revelation into this. We also called water in past presentations, because water gives us such a wonderful reflection of what is happening, and it really works perfect. So we see in each of these sections that it still means that you are that 666, the 6 protons, the 6 electrons, and the 6 neutrons right here. This is if we did a numerical value for the word 9, we would have 666 here. If we did a numerical value for the word 6, we would have 777 here. And these 3 sevens in itself, 3 sevens 21, 2 plus 1 is 6, is 3. And 3 is that telling us it's that vibration that is really very busy. However, it also could mean that we have the two sets of the 7 gods, and the other 7, which is telling us we are merging with this other new 7. So we are already 7, and we are merging into the other 7. So whether it is through AI or whether it is through our own metamorphosis, we are merging, forming this other 7 to be the 14 gods. Okay. So this template, let's see if I really, okay, want to keep this short. So we have seen that we have the 2 sets of gods here. And my concern was, as I say, understanding, let's say, understanding this side. I do understand it, but perhaps I'm still trying to digest that the state of affairs is really what I'm seeing, because we have 369 and 11 letters here, which means that there are 11. This 11 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So this in itself is saying, denoting another, like a 20, like 2, but partnership, togetherness, and all these other things that happen, but it seemed like another point of where you could create, like we just had with was it Jacob, or not Jacob, but those two ones where we could see that you could separate and say you can identify both polarities or both sides. Then we have this, of course, this W, which is five here, but it's also like the two sevens as well, which is working, which coincides very well because 7 and 7 is 14, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So you can see that the 7 here is not this W um, taking this position as the 14 gods is not by chance. This is where I feel that the scriptures is like ready for you to understand it at a very intuitive level, and it is speaking to your heart. It's not just words on paper, but it speaks to your heart and speaks to your mind, your body, and your essence. So you have to kind of find and decode the language that it's happening for you. And I think it is also about the time it is happening. Okay, this is 16 minutes. Um, this D here, I will do a video showing the amount of letters like I just did as well, showing that we had 78 letters. This D actually has 15 letters. D, the red D has 15 letters, and E has 16 letters. So they really have a lot of letters there. And looking at this too is like D has 4 and this is 5, so that forms 9. So this tells me with the gods here, you can also birth into this section here. And so 15 plus V is 2, so V 15, that's 16, 17, and M is 3. So this is 20. 17 plus 3 is 20. So hair actually has this 20 effect in itself. Even if we add these 1 to 4 is 10, but say this also tells us that something phenomenal happens here. It also tells us that something phenomenal happens here, going through that developmental stage. Of course, you would be ready to go. If you were ready to go into this section, you would have to, oh, right, my 15 minutes is up, to do something new. So, but 3, why we've got 3 here and having 4 here, but we see with this developmental stage, which we have added as 20, 3 also bears 20, because when we have the word th, our ee is 28955. Adding this together, this is 29. 2 plus 9 equals 11. Now, I'm also getting a feel about 2 nines in a sense that it's like, again, showing about the two creations, meaning the full cycle of the creation or the sacrifice. It's like each creation or each cycle has to go through that sacrifice. So I'm getting when 2 9 arises, that's what I feel is happening. Just like, okay, I've forgotten which one it is right now. So that's what I feel is happening. So we have 3 is also showing 2 here corresponding with 2, as though it will 20, the year 2020 happening right here. So basically each of these really having that meaning here. It would be interesting to see how the J's are. I'm not sure that the gods use the letter J. They did not use the letter J or the letter, yeah, the letter S. Have we got, Okay, so J, the letter S, let's just look at this. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to just do it this way. So, letter S, RST, um, it's like I've missed it. LMNOPQRS. So it's six. It's six, and A is eight. So six and eight. So what they've used here now, 6 and 8, of course, that is 14. So it's like saying we started um, as, and of course, they didn't use J. The gods didn't use J. So they had 6 and 8, 1, 6, 1, 8. And that's 14. So we can see the 14 gods are also very much in this column. 1 plus 4 is 5. And of course, we see how free is. Free is can also be W. Could also be the W, which holds the 5 vibration. Wow. Okay. I feel I'm going to address this as well, because there is, I feel that there is something much deeper, because simply because we don't have direct route with three, and it's that lucky. This is why they said three is the magic number. It's luck, but it's also, and I think it's luck because it's such a mischievous number as well. It is, so that's why one has to really say it's lucky for the things that it does or gets up to, that really makes it seem lucky. And we have CU, and which are letters as well that are very, you could use as word form. So I see you. And this really tells me a lot as well. There are layers and layers of information in these letters, and it's really for us to decipher those things. I feel I'm going to have to go into some deep meditation as well to really decode this properly, or at a deeper level. So we have seen, just to conclude, that I had shown on the black white table, because this is the contrast, main contrast we had, black white. We see that um, basically we have A here, A, and we had I in the middle. We having this together gives us 10. 10 is where you start on your cycle again. So the two are dependent to some extent on one on the other. 9, of course, gets broken. It has the semblance of 1. So it leaves that little 0, or this part of it, out, if you like, the umbilical cord. It leaves it behind, and it has to start here doing its jazz. This is where those in the Inland Revenue as well, or those who are in the know, who ate, because when you ate and it says their eyes were open, meaning they know when their eyes are open, and they are able to really make inferences on your state in this column, like Eve, because she was able to give of her husband. So this is what happens. One is able to take one and break it. This, we could say, another breaking is happening here, and so on. And I feel that that is what, as I say, happens here. It's recognizing what step or what stage in this development you are. So I feel that we are, as we say, with the, this is where we're at with a lot of things happening now. We are at this divided stage, and as well with 3. We must remember 3, of course, this is where we get broken. This is what is happening in our time right now. A lot of people are getting broken, A lot of people, whether it's positively or negatively, or some are even losing their minds, but they are being broken. And being broken, you end up being having two. So this is almost like saying this is the result you need to get to with each of the God. You need to realize when you move with Mother Eve that you have your 24 hours a day when she said, let there be light, and there was light, and you become six. So you recognize that you are of the said God who is Mother Eve, or you are Genesis 3 plus 3, 6. So this is just an example, and I won't go too much into this right now. So this is the saw God, for instance, who gets saw and is cut, but it's you've got to recognize in whatever you are doing, because the soul God, he done a sort of division as well, and has to come to a place of understanding actions or the repercussion of the cycle, and to find that too, which is where we're at. Get in your mirror, your double, your reflection. So basically, this is really, I feel, a wonderful template. I really would like to work much more with this to understand, because I feel that this can actually give us a chart of where you're at any given stage in life. And you can, even if not change exactly what's happening, but you can prepare and know that this is happening, so it will pass. Okay, so thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this meal. I hope you have found it nourishing, and that it really fills you with what you need, and it was just right. Yes. Okay. So thank you, Ignited Souls, and spill over with love. And of course, stay ignited.